RPW here, back with another Beginner's Guide to War Dragons video. In this video, we are going to discuss runes and glyphs. If you don't know what these are ways that you can enhance your dragons and your towers. But how do you do it, and what's the proper way to do it? Well, this is what we are going to discuss today. Sit back and relax, and I hope you enjoy this video, and let's get started. Okay, so once you reach level 15, not only are you going to get some prizes and a fun 7-day free elite account, but you're also going to unlock the new feature of runes. And it's literally going to walk you through like a tutorial. I'm speeding this up for you, where you're going to learn how to equip it on your dragon, and then of course on your islands. And then last but not least, you're going to be able to actually build your rune vault, okay? Once you've built this, it's going to open it up and it's going to show you how to enhance your runes and where you would go to manage them, of course. But I would like to go ahead and take you guys in for a little bit more detail and show you guys exactly what you can do within your rune vault. In fact, there are a lot of little things that you can do in there between, basically organizing them and looking at the ones that you have equipped and what you don't have equipped. You can get information on what your runes are, how you get them, how you upgrade them, equip them, and so forth. You can also check and see how much rune dust you have, which is what you would use to enhance your runes, and so forth. So to go through this a little bit more, I'm going to bring up a separate account that has a lot more stuff that we can look at. So let's bring up that account real quick. Okay, so your runes vault is going to be found on your main island, and you're going to notice it because above it, it says runes. If you open it up and explore your runes, you can kind of look and see what you have. And if it's equipped, it's going to have a dragon or a tower indicating it. Now, if you want to know a little bit more information or you forget something, all you have to do is click the I button. This is going to tell you how to get them, how to upgrade them, how to equip them, and it's going to explain the difference between glyphs and runes. Okay, so I'm going to take you out to the statue on this first little island here, which is already full of all of its glyphs and runes. Now, if that happens and you need to remove something, all you have to do is click change and then salvage, and you can actually salvage it and trade for some rune dust. But remember, this is permanent, so make sure it's not something you can use otherwise. Now, this opened up a whole new slot, so we can go in and choose a whole different rune for our island, but we don't want to just choose anything. Now, one thing you'll notice is in the front we have some lightning towers. We have a storm tower, a mystic, and a arcane tower, and in the back we have farms. So we're going to want to choose something that actually works with those. For example, if we scroll to the bottom, we have the rare lightning frenzy glyph. This is something that we could equip and it would actually boost our island. But did you notice it says 1? It's only a level 1. So that means if you click on it, you can click enhance. And this is going to actually take its power up. This does cost rune dust, and the amount of dust that it's going to cost and the amount of level ups it will do will depend on the rarity of the rune that you are actually utilizing. But now this one is at an expert level and it's much stronger. We do have another island over here we can check out real quick. So we're pretty full and I don't really see much that we can utilize. So we're going to go ahead and skip out on this one today. All right, so let's hop down to our roster and check out Equester, because I know he has something that can be enhanced, and that is his Mythic Rage Glyph. Now you'll notice this is a level 1, and to take it to level 2, it takes over 300,000 rune dust. And that's because the more rare a item is, the more expensive it is going to be to upgrade. But it does also mean that it's going to have a lot more power than, let's say, your common, your rare, or your epic. Which brings me to my point that you don't just want to put any rune on any dragon. If we go back through here, let's look at a dragon that's not necessarily the best dragon in the world. For example, Druid. I mean, he's a great dragon, don't get me wrong, at the certain level that you might be at, but I don't think he's worth putting a rune on. Now let's take Slinks for example. If I wanted to put a rune on him, then I would use something that would enhance his spell. His spell is reverse projectiles. If you don't know what that spell is, this spell is what sends back a projectile that's coming at you, whether it be a cannon or an archer tower, for example. but that doesn't mean that it is effective against storm towers. So if I was to choose a rune and I wanted to use one that would be effective, I would want a reverse projectile. But for example, here is a legendary reverse projectile. This isn't something you would want to stick on such a small level dragon. You would want to save something like this for maybe one of your legendary dragons, because it is a legendary rune. Now, let's go ahead and go check out Amarok. Amarok has 4 different spells. He's got a few resists, but he also has Explosive Shield and Cure Potion. We're going to go ahead and look at the Archer Resist right now as well. Now, for me to go pick out something, of course, I'm going to want runes or glyphs that enhance these specific spells on him. And the great thing about Amarok is, if you'll notice, he goes all the way to level 30, so it takes him some time anyway, so he's a good dragon to go ahead and utilize. Here is the rare Archer Resist. This is something that would enhance his Archer Resist capabilities. So this is a fantastic rune because it's not a high level rune, but yet it is something that he could really utilize while you're still using him, because he does last a few levels. And then of course there is the rare Wisdom rune. Because he does climb up so many levels, the rare Wisdom rune is going to give him the capability of gaining XP faster. So this is something that you could definitely utilize on someone like him. And then of course there is another one I have up my sleeve here for everyone, and that is the rare Explosive Shield. Because one of his spells is the Explosive Shield, this rune can be very effective in making that explosiveness much stronger, taking out the towers around you. Now that's just a quick example of how you can utilize runes on your dragons. Let's do a quick brief overview of what you can do with your islands. Now, as we showed you before, we have 2 lightning towers, and we have the red mage, the blue mage, a storm tower, and some farms on this island. So what would we utilize on this island to make it stronger? If we put something on here for, let's say, a ballista, would it do anything for our island? Okay, so let's look at the things that I chose for this island. We've got the rare Healing Striker, which gives a super shot heal to the lumber mill. We chose the Arcane Striker, which gives super shot damage with the red mage. And then of course we've also got some lightning boosts in this as well. Now this matches because if you remember, what's on the island is lightning towers, red mage tower, and we've got the mystics, and we have the farms and lumber mills. So these are pretty appropriate. But if we would use, for example, one of these, then it's not going to do our island any good. For example, the rare Cannon Frenzy is going to only boost your island if you have a cannon tower. Or the archer tower, same thing. There is no archers on the island, so this is really just a waste of a glyph or a rune, for example. Now, what about the rare Weakening? To somebody that is not used to this rune, it sounds like it's going to weaken your dragon, but only if you have a ballista on your island. And in this case, we do not. The only thing on our island, if you remember, is the lightning, the blue and red mage tower, the storm tower, and of course our farms. So again, this is something that would literally be a waste on our island. There are a few other things you guys can look at here. For example, the rare Lightning Frenzy. This is something that we could utilize on the island. However, I already have quite a bit of lightning stuff on there. So what I chose was to put the rare Healing Striker on there because it's going to help with my lumber mill. This will help basically make it to where it can help regrow the things around it. Anyway, so that is how you would equip your islands. So let's talk about unequipping a rune. On your island, whenever you have a rune in a slot, you don't have to salvage it to remove it. If it's something like this that you don't want to let go of, you can actually unequip it, but it does cost rubies, and depending on the level of rarity, the more it's going to cost you. In this case, it would cost 600 rubies, but I wouldn't actually lose the rune. But on the contrary, if you're doing this with a dragon, there is no way to remove and change it onto another dragon. You can only change it, as in enhance it or selling it. So just so you know, yes, you can move them around if it's an island rune, but not if it's a dragon rune. Well, I sure hope that I've helped everybody understand how to utilize their runes a little more properly. If I didn't answer a certain question you have, feel free to comment below and I'll do my best to answer it. Anyways, I hope you liked the video. Give me a thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you know anyone else that may be interested in learning a little bit more, then be sure to share this video with them. Anyways, happy hunting, guys. Bye.